in the last lecture, we have discussed basic material variances. And as far as basic material variances is concerned, there are three variants only: material cost, material price, and material uses. Only three variances are there. If single material is used in production, single material, then only three variants are possible. There is no any further variants are possible and not required to be calculated. But if more than one kind of material is uses in the production, that means there is a production mix, then there are some further or more variances are required to be calculated in the material variances. And maximum 5 variances are possible. As you can see on your screen, that material cost, which are classified into two categories: material price variance and material uses variance. And then uses variance are classified into material mix variance and material sub uses variance, or sometime it is known as material yield variance. If yield variance is there, then sub variance is not required, or if sub variance you calculate, then material yield variance. Either or. Okay, if uses is there, the sub uses is there, then yield is not required, or yield is there, then sub. If you are calculate both, then verification is not possible. Mind well. So in the last variance, sub uses either material yield variance and material mix variance. These two variants are the subordinate or the sub variance of the material uses variance. Obviously, total of material mix and material sub uses is equal to material uses variance. Okay. Now, for the calculation of this variance, or while you calculating the example, you must be observe some things that I am going to discuss step by step. So first is material mix variance. Three variants we have already discussed: material cost, material price, and material uses. The formula and the meaning we have already discussed in our previous lecture. Now in this lecture, we will discuss about the further or next step of the material variance, that is material mix variance. Now material mix variance can be calculated in two different situations. The first is when total of actual quantity and total of standard quantities are same, or the proportions are same. Then the formula of material mix variance is equal to MMV, that means material mix variance is equal to standard price into bracket standard quantity minus actual quantity. This is the formula. And this formula is same as material uses variance. You can see, you can observe. The formula of material uses variance is same as this. So what we can say, if the total of actual quantity and total of standard quantities are same, then material mix variance itself material uses variance. In Gujarati we can say material mix variance એ જ material uses variance છે. એ બંને અલગ નથી, same છે. એટલે formula. That means what? You need not to calculate material uses variance. In this situation, again, only three variants are possible: material cost, material price, and material uses. And instead of material uses, you calculate material mix. Material mix ગણો કે material uses variance ગણો, બંનેનો જવાબ, બંનેનો meaning same થાય છે. એટલે બંને ગણવાની જરૂર નથી, આન્સર સેમ આવશે. તો જ્યારે બંને એક જ હોય, total of actual quantity and total of standard quantities are same, then material uses variance is material mix variance. એ બંને same જ છે. Same as material uses variance. Okay. When total of total actual quantity and total standard quantity are not same, or the proportion are not same, If it is unequal, then the material mix variance is calculated by different formula. So in this situation, MMV is equal to standard price into bracket revised standard quantity. Here as RSQ means what? RSQ means revised standard quantity. This RSQ means revised standard quantity. So RSQ means revised standard quantity, right? So this formula is used when totals are not same, totals are unequal. Okay, we will discuss it further when we start the practical example. But there are two situations to calculate MMV, material mix variance. When total are same and when total are not same, or the proportions are not same. If total are same, then material usage variance itself a material mix variance, means three variants are possible. But if total are not same, then material usage variance and material mix variance both are separate, both are different. And in this case, five variants are possible. In first case, five variants are not possible, three variants, right? પહેલા કેસની અંદર જો મટીરિયલ એક જ ટાઈપનું મટીરિયલ યુઝ થતું હોય તો ત્રણ જ વેરિયન્સ આવશે. બે થી વધારે, બે કે તેથી વધારે ટાઈપના મટીરિયલ યુઝ થતા હોય, મટીરિયલ મિક્સર થતું હોય અંદર, એ બી સી ત્રણ પ્રકારનું મટીરિયલ યુઝ થતું હોય. સપોઝ આપણે ફર્નિચર બનાવતા હોય તો લાકડું યુઝ થાય ને લોખંડ બી યુઝ થાય, રાઈટ? તો A and B kinds of material. When you are mixing the material in your production, then if total of actual and standard are same or the proportion are same, then three variants are possible: material cost, material price and material mix, either material uses. પણ જો total અલગ અલગ હોય તો mix variance અલગ રીતે આવે. Means in the second situation 5 variants are possible, in first situation again 3 variants. So to complete this, if you are calculating material mix variance by the or by the new formula, means with the help of revised quantity, that means in the second situation when total are not same, then apart from this material mix variance, one more variance you are required to calculate to complete your verification, that is material sub uses variance, and sometimes yield variance is also required, that we will discuss later on. So material sub uses variance is required. And what is revised standard quantity that you are using in the second situation's formula? So revised standard quantity means the actual quantity in standard proportion. The actual quantity in standard proportion. And you can use the formula like this. The revised standard quantity means total actual quantity in standard proportion. This is the definition. And the formula is total actual quantity into bracket standard quantity divided by total standard quantity. This is the formula. By applying this formula, you can calculate RSQ, revised standard quantity. Some people said RSM, revised standard mix. Open catch. Now the next is material sub-uses variance, as I discussed. This variance is possible only and only when there is a revised standard quantity. There is a difference between total actual quantity and total standard quantity. And the formula is MSUV, material sub-uses variance, is standard price into bracket standard quantity minus revised standard quantity. Yeah, some people said standard mix minus revised standard mix. So these are the formula. And now for the uses of this formula, we go for the practical example. एक example ऊपर जाइए. Example number 4. From the following data, calculate material variances. And here two kinds of material you can see. બે ટાઈપના મટીરિયલ તમને આપેલા છે, X and Y. 240, 360. Prices are given. Actual quantity is given, prices is given. Now necessary material variance is required to calculate. So before calculation of this example, you must be observe whether the totals are same or not. So here total is 600 and here total is 700. Tell me it is same or not? Not same. Apart from this, you must be check the proportion of it. The proportion here 240 and 360. Okay. So what is the proportion of it? It is, I think if you are divided by 12, then it is 2 is to 3, correct? 2 is to 3. Am I correct or wrong? 2 is to 3 is the proportion. Okay. And what is the proportion here? If you have multiplied with this with the 14 divided by the 14, not multiply. If you are divided by the 14, then 14 twos are 28 and 14 threes are 14 threes are 42. So again it is 2 is to 3. So here total is not same, but proportion is same. So either proportion is same or total is same. There are maximum 3 variants are possible. Here 5 variants are not possible. Maximum 3 variants are possible. Material cost, material price and material mix. And material mix is equal to material uses. Okay. Mix age uses means revised quantity is not required here. અહીંયા revised quantity આવશે નહીં. Correct? So let's see how we calculate the example. First of all, we calculate material cost variance. Very simple. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. It is given, right? Calculate for A and for B and then make the total of it. So it is 760. I think you can understand it well. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. It is material cost variance. Okay. Second is material price variance. Actual quantity in bracket standard price minus actual price. Calculate for A and for B both and then make the total. Mind well, you must be calculate the example like this. Okay. Some students what doing? They are doing or they are calculating first for A and then after B and then after A B. No, not go for like that. Cost variance AB total, price variance AB. If three kinds of material ABC, then ABC and total. Okay, this kind of calculation is required. So material cost 760 adverse, material price 70 adverse, right? Actual quantity into bracket standard price minus actual price. And then after material mix variance. Mix is uses, just like a uses ની જેમ જ ગણવાનું. Standard price into bracket standard quantity minus actual quantity. A 6 into bracket 240 minus 280, answer is 248 adverse. Then 450 adverse. How I get the figures from the table? You know that the question is given to you. Okay, so your answer is 690. Now 690 adverse and 70 adverse is equal to 760 adverse, and this is your verification. Clear? So you got it, the solution? Understood well? Is there any confusion? No. Okay. Now one more example to make it more complicated. Here 3 variants are possible, as I explained you. ત્રણ જ variance અહીંયા થશે કારણ કે proportion same થતું. Clear? Proportion same હોય, either total same હોય. ત્રણ જ variance બને. ચોથું variance possible નથી. પાંચમું variance in this situation not possible. Now the example number 5. In a factory, two types of material A and B are used in production of an article. The information regarding its production during the 2018 is as follows. Standard mix is given, actual mix is given, right? And find out the material variances. Again, there is no specification is given then which variances are required to calculate. Material variance गणो. Okay, चलो material variance गणिए, calculate करिए. But before that, you are required to prepare a one table. In the last example, table is already given. Here we required to prepare the table. So let's see how we solve it. So this kind of table is required. Standard and actual. Quantity, price, amount, and the material type. Now put the figures. The total figures we have put here. A, B, quantity, price, amount, quantity, price, amount. Now how the amount is quantity multiply price. So all the data provided to you, you set in the table. Now you can observe here total is 600. Here total is 600. So total is same. Total is same. If total is same, then again three variants are possible. यहाँ पर ત્રણ variants થશે. ચોથું variance આવશે નહીં. Material cost, material price, and material mix. Got it or not? Okay. Now, first material cost, standard cost minus actual cost means A B total. પહેલું variance direct ગણી શકીએ because total is given. તો ડાયરેક્ટલી 2640 minus 2913 કરીએ તો ડાયરેક્ટ આન્સર મળી જાય. આખું લખીએ તો પણ ચાલે, પણ as you have prepared table already, so you can use the figures from the table directly. So this 2640 standard cost minus 2913 is actual cost. Okay. So first is material cost variance. Here I have calculated in the same way as in the previous. Okay, A standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity to actual price for A, for B and total. अच्छा डायरेक्ट करिए तो પણ ચાલે કે ના ચાલે? As I told you, જે ફિગર આપેલી છે ડાયરેક્ટ તમે ડિફરન્સ કાઢી શકો છો. મટીરિયલ means standard cost minus actual cost, SC minus AC, that alternative formula you can use. Okay, now material price, actual quantity into bracket standard price minus actual price. Okay, and here it is answer. I think I need not to explain you. Minus figure adverse, plus figure favorable, adverse and favorable total. Okay, this is material price variance. Okay, now material uses variance, you know that standard price into bracket standard quantity minus actual quantity, but instead of uses we will give the name of material mix variance. આપણે નામ મિક્સ આપીએ છીએ પણ ફોર્મ્યુલા તો યુઝર્સ નો જ છે અને યુઝર્સ પ્રમાણે જ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ થાય છે. નો મિક્સ ઇઝ no separate formula is there. Mix itself uses, right? So you have put the values and here it is verification. 153 adverse plus 120 adverse, total is 273 adverse. Agree everybody? Is there any confusion? Understood well? સમજાય છે બરાબર? Okay. Now example 6. This is little bit different. હવે થોડોક ફરક પડશે. Here totals are not same. અહીંયા total same નથી આવતું હવે. તો આવી સિચ્યુએશનમાં શું કરશો? બરાબર સમજજો. Here you can see total on standard quantity 420 and total of actual quantity is 490, and proportion is also not same. You can see 300 and 190 and 214 180. It is not equal proportion. Proportion is not same as well as total is not same. In this situation, 5 variants are possible. 5 variants possible થશે. કયા 5 variants અને કઈ રીતે calculate થશે? સ્ટેપ બરાબર સમજજો. Be careful and very carefully observe the table that I am preparing. I am going to prepare here. Okay, so first of all, you need to prepare a blank table like this. Here RSQ is required. So I have prepared one more table, that column, that is RSQ, revised standard quantity. Okay, table is ready. So I'm directly put it all these things. Actual quantity 300, 15 and 4500, and 190, 13 and 2470. It is given. Okay, and standard is also given, I think, nahi? Let's see. It is given. It is given. So as it is given, you just put it in the table. Okay, so there is no any calculation is required. As it is given, you just put it. Okay, 240, 16, 180, 12 and 315, 190, 13. So you just prepare the table and put the figures. Okay, so as this total is not same, that's why we required revised standard quantity. So how this revised standard quantity is calculated, let's see. 490, this 490 is put here, this 490 is put here, this actual 490, this 490 is put here directly. Okay, this 490 is put here. Understood? આ 490 ને અહીંયા મૂકી દા. Then after, in the proportion of 240 and 180, what is the proportion? 240 and 180, 24:18. Okay, 6 થી ડિવાઈડ કરીએ તો 4:3, 4:3 માં વહેંચી કાઢો, ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરી દે. 490 ને 4:3 માં ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરીએ, so it is 280 or 210. It is correct. Understood? Okay, so now the solution. The solution is material cost variance, standard cost minus actual cost. Directly I have taken the values, figures from the table. Table નું total જ લઈ લીધું છે direct. એક એક લખીએ A, B, C તો બી ચાલે. So it is standard material cost variance. Then material price variance, standard price minus actual price into actual quantity into bracket standard price minus actual price. Okay, figures taken from the table, right? And this is 110 favorable. Then material uses variance, just like the above formula, but here uses and mix is calculated separately. Uses and mix are calculated separately. So uses standard quantity minus actual quantity. Okay, and here 180 adverse, 110 favorable. The total of this two is equal to 970. Uses plus price is equal to mix, cost. Uses plus price is equal to cost. This is first part of your solution. If it is not tally, then you should not go ahead. આટલું તો પૂરું થવું જોઈએ, પછી જ mixed variance આવશે. Okay, mixed variance formula is material mixed variance, standard revised standard quantity minus actual cost quantity. And revised standard quantity we calculated the last column of the table. Okay, put the values in the formula and this is your answer, 80 adverse. If this is 80 adverse, then next is 1000 adverse. Sure. Formula is material sub uses variance, standard price into bracket standard quantity minus revised standard quantity. Okay, set the values and 1000 is your answer. 1000 plus 80 is equal to 1080. And your verification is like this. Okay, તમારું verification કંઈક આ રીતે થશે. Okay, understood? This is the solution. Okay, now this is all for now. In the next lecture we will discuss some more practical example when losses are given. જ્યારે losses આપેલા હોય તો કઈ રીતે એક્ઝામ્પલ ગણાય એની વાત કરીશું. આ ટાઈપનો એક્ઝામ્પલ્સ હશે. yield variance ની વાત નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચરની અંદર કરીશું. First we understand the concept of yield variance and then after we will go for the calculation of material yield variance, okay, in the next lectures.